Tomorrow, every inmate from every prison, jail, detention center, penitentiary and internment camp in the world is freed. What do you do to survive? Not much. Really. Not all inmates are evil incarnate. A lot of them are just dudes that made shitty choices. If all prisons were emptied, so many people would be on edge that any misbehavior from the convict will probably get them shot. So I believe that the worst ones would be out of commission pretty quickly. I would keep my sidearm a little closer at hand. But that's about all. Well, many of them. Well, most of them are in there for theft charges or drug possession, illegal firearms, tax-related reasons. There is many reasons. I'd just be on guard in my house more, I suppose. Maybe get a gun and cameras installed. Not like everyone in the jail is a serial murderer or anything of that sorts. Move to Antarctica. Survive by any means necessary. Adults, what stuff you learned in school do you actually use daily? Reading. Typing. Talking. Talking in a diplomatic manner. Who is the most unpleasant person you've worked with? Me, myself and I. The guy who runs Anderton's Music. For contemporary musicians who are familiar with the place. It's not the famous guy on the YouTube channel that runs the store. Not at all. You can look at the reviews on Glassdoor and Indeed to get an idea. I actually know 2 previous employees that are in therapy specifically because of him. He was genuinely the most vile, hate-filled, insulting human being I've ever met. There was an extremely fat man who in addition talked shit out of nowhere. But I've no spite for him. Didn't really work with him that much. The management and the HR and such I haven't worked with. My boss at a Burger King. At best in a prissy mood. Otherwise just a thundercunt on the loose. Not sure if she had a stick up her ass. Or a self-esteem issue. But I snapped back once and she actually laid off the hostilities against me. Or at least was a lot more cordial. What is your favorite song? Hanging by a Moment, Lighthouse. Estranged, Gunner. Route 9 Boy with Uke or Home, Crow. Notion by The Rare Occasions. What names make a good Karen substitute? Asshole. Bitch. Public school boys. Sharon. What is something you use for a purpose other than what it was intended for? Q-tips. I shove that shit right in my ear. My phone is a paperweight. That's between me and my massage unit. My feet as hands. I do have hands. If you were sentenced to death by hanging and got to pick your walkout song, what would it be? Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Fuck you. CeeLo Green, I think that's how you spell it, IDK. Ain't No Grave by Johnny Cash. Wu-Tang Clan, Protect Ya Neck. What is your reason to stay on this earth? Gravity. I still have stuff I want to do. My dog face. Boobies. You awaken and your partner has their finger in your butt. What is it that you do? Fart. Shit pant. Remove it and post it back to them in New Zealand. Ghana scared the shit out of me. I don't have a partner. So the US has been a place where people emigrated to in order to avoid oppression, religious persecution or find better working conditions than at home, thereby benefiting a lot. So why on earth would the US now turn into such a country people originally would try to get away from? Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people still want to come here, because we are way better than where they are from. I would guess a plurality of the people who want to leave are fairly entitled and want to be special. The ideals of the people living here change. Most are reactionary rather than holding to principles. BC, the way our history was taught to us, is very biased law. The Puritans were basically pissed off they couldn't force England to do things their way and conform to their beliefs, so they ducked off. Modern-day evangelicals make a lot more sense when you think of it that way. We've literally always been this way. Religious freedom has always meant freedom to be a Puritan and nothing else. White fright. According to you, what's the best superpower there is? Super wealth. If you really stop and look at it, a lot of the best superheroes got their power because they, or their parents, were super wealthy. Batman and Iron Man's main power is their super wealth. Even Thor and Superman got their powers because their parents were wealthy. Thor's dad was able to pay the dwarves to build him a magic hammer. And Superman's folks were wealthy enough to build a spaceship to get him off the planet. Most all the rest of the Kryptonians died under that red sun. It seems improbably that no one else on that entire planet recognized the danger. Being able to talk to women. Zelig. Time control. Commercial airplane pilots. What do you do if you had a night with minimal sleep? Not fly? Fly? Most of flight is autopilot anyway. I'm pretty sure the other guy who has been drinking all night can handle it. Not a pilot myself, but you can call in as unfit for flying for any reason, as well as for no reason whatsoever. What would be the weirdest item to have a travel size of? Condoms. Kitty litter. Travel size mayonnaise. Car. What action would scare even the devil? Reverse exorcism. Not flushing. Pouring milk before cereal. Listening to Nickelback. How would you describe yourself in a word? Pervert. Poop. The Inglorious Bastard. Tired. Serious. If you were to die tomorrow, would you be proud of how you lived your life? Why not? Attention. Serious. Tag notice asterisk. Asterisk. Jokes. Puns. And off-topic comments are not permitted. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/wiki/index #wiki_rule_6- in any comment, parent or child, parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose to =r AskReddit if you have any questions or concerns. I'm not quite sure. Fortunately, I'd have a lot of time to think about it as I burn in eternal hellfire. No, I would be proud of some of my accomplishments, but I've never truly lived. I just exist. Yes, I've made my younger self proud and on the route to a dream I love. Life is always shitty, but if I died right now I wouldn't regret a ducking second. What do you think the best conversion starter is? Pounds to dollars. I always find correcting people's spelling errors gets the conversation flowing. Tattoos. Many people coming to me to talk about my tattoos. Just introduce yourself and go from there. Man shrugging light skin tone. What's the best movie of all time? Shawshank Redemption. Scarface 1983. Jurassic Park. The Truman Show. What's the best movie that people have never heard of? Black Dynamite. A Prophet, 2009. British film called Dead Man's Shoes. It's about a soldier who returns to his small, depressing hometown where his disabled younger brother has been bullied by these local gangsters, who are really just pathetic losers. Redline https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/redline_opening parenthesis 2009 film closing parenthesis. What's a basic skill that everyone should have? Swimming, or at least treading water. Communication. Helpful for many things, relationships included. Patience. I'm amazed at the amount of grown adults who throw hissy fits when they don't get something right. Away. Spatial awareness. Don't stand in the middle of a sidewalk, right in front of a doorway, or leave your shopping cart blocking an entire aisle. If you were allowed to get tattoos as a kid, what would you have committed to your skin now? A Barney tattoo. Good thing that never happened. A finger tattoo of a gingerbread man. Inspo from Dee Dee. Any type of Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. A lot of Digimon shit, and maybe these not so cool tribal things because it was this time. I absolutely would have had a Neopets tattoo when I was about 14, lol. What's the best response to an unwanted PP pic? I believe it was here on Reddit. This girl got an unsolicited PP pic. So for her revenge, she sent back PP pics back constantly. Big, small, black, white, anything she could find. This guy was telling her to stop. Lol. She asked if he liked it. Make a screenshot and send it to him. When he sees it you say, oops, wrong person. What I used to do was take their profile picture and Photoshop their face onto the head of their PP. And send it back. I never got a second PP pic doing that, lol. Why does it look like that? And answer none of their following texts. What's the worst thing somebody told you after sex? If there is no sex, nobody could tell you bad things. I've been thinking of Ethan if it's a boy and maybe Tabitha if it's a girl. Thoughts? You did good, son. After a one-night stand he said, can you scratch my back until I go to sleep? My mom used to do it for me when I was little. What's something you like that the vast majority people hate? I love entangling things. Your Christmas lights end up in a ball and there's no telling where it starts or ends. Give. Got a necklace that got rolled up into a total mess? I'm your detangler. Headphones come out of your pocket looking like a Tangela? No problem. Total zen for me. Wish I could make a few bucks with it though. People that talk a lot so I don't need to. I like listening to them and amp. I find their energy refreshing. Everything about the airport. IDKY, but it's so fascinating. Honestly, I like it more than the trip sometimes, lol. A Winnipeg winter day where there's not a cloud in the sky or a breath of wind. But it's so ducking cold out your nose hairs freeze together every time you breathe. What is a movie that everyone, regardless of taste, should watch? Shawshank Redemption, batteries not included. Grave of the Fireflies. American History X. Schindler's List. What do you do to settle anxiety attacks? Try to breathe slowly and as deep as possible and focus your eyes on a specific point. Seriously. I watch pimple popping videos to calm myself. Works better than any drug I've been prescribed. Music works wonders for me. Singing along takes my mind off the other stuff. Differs for each person. Personally, I take deep breaths and brush my fingers against something smooth like marble tiling. Married Redditors, be honest. What's marriage life really like? Individual experiences may vary, but I love married life and I love my wife. She and I are on the same page on nearly every issue. Money, social life, support for each other's careers, etc. I get to spend every day with my best friend and I'm so happy to have her in my life. That is no different from asking someone how is life like. The answers would be equally varied. To me it's okay. Keeping romance alive by closing the door when you shit. Only important rule to know. Married for 21 years so far. It's really a pointless question, to be honest, as each marriage is unique to the individuals involved. I will say, though, that there is work involved in staying married and in love is very much a choice and a conscious decision, but one that can bring great rewards when you and your partner continuously choose each other. I find that more rewarding than feeling like each of you are just surrendering to some involuntary impulse to be together. Some days it's hard, some days it's easy. Back in the day, which pornography movie was passed around amongst your friends, and who possesses it now? Sorry to say I was the gen that just took forever to load a JPEG. No physical form passed. Cold sweat smile. 2 chicks 1 cup, we passed it around through emails, so I guess the internet possesses it now. Printed pics that we passed around. The sex tape of one particular cheerleader from our school. It was passed around via MSN. So, I guess MSN possesses it now. What public domain works would make for a weird but fun video game? The Count of Monte Cristo swashbuckling, deceit, building wealth, and romance. The Voynich manuscript. Note: I have ADHD, and I have no ability to actually produce such a game. But after seeing a charity speed run of the NES game, Titanic. Yes. 2 N's. It got me thinking what other unlikely NES adaptations could be produced. But in the public domain. Or at least with a cheap licensing fee. As would be the case with The Blue Bird, which is a Wizard of Oz knockoff starring Shirley Temple from 1940. As I said, I can't possibly follow through with the creation of this game. This is just a fun thought experiment. Jekyll and Hyde. Thriller set in Victorian London. Find clues and stealth with Jekyll. Brutal fight sequences and physical stuff. Parkour etc. over the rooftops. With Hyde. If you have 1 hour to live, what will you do? Sleep. Call my dad, and tell him I wish I could have seen him sooner. Kick a bucket I guess. Write my will and go to sleep. Serious. What would happen if you brought ice from Mars to Earth and thawed it out? Attention. Serious. Tag notice asterisk. Asterisk. Jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/wiki/index #wiki_rule_6- in any comment, parent or child, parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour. And posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message, compose, to =r@AskReddit. If you have any questions or concerns. It would turn to water. Probably nothing, but I suppose it's remotely possible some sort of bacteria or virus could be released. It's probably not a good idea to do that without major failsafes in place. Like, not in an isolated environment? In a house on the kitchen countertop? What names make a good Karen substitute? Bitch. Public school boys. Beatrice. Samantha. Sharon. Charlotte. Asshole. How do you respond to famous expression f***cku? PLZ don't visit my profile in AMP. Send me a DM. No thank you, you are not my type. I don't do requests or charity cases, but your mother does anything. You wish.